You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the January 14th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call this meeting of the Water Board to order. Today is Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. First item of business is election of board officers. Chris, you want to?
All right. So first, I need a nomination for treasurer or a volunteer.
Who's the treasurer now? I forget.
Currently, Davis is the treasurer.
Oh. I'll nominate Davis Bush as our treasurer.
Okay.
Somebody's got a second.
Second.
Oh, yes, second. Yeah, third.
And Kim, you seconded it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carla, you good with that? Okay.
All right. We have a nomination for the secretary.
Do you still want to do it?
Yeah.
I'll still want to do it, unless,
Okay.
Carla, do you want to do it? No, do you want to jump in there? Okay, I'll do it.
Then I'll second it, or take first, or Beth Bishkert.
Okay.
1, 2,
Second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And then for president,
I nominate Ken Barron as president.
I'll second.
Thank you, Carla.
okay. So we have treasurers Davis, secretary is Beth, president is Ken. Do we have a motion to accept this board, or these officers?
Motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay.
All right, we're off and running.
Okay.
Approval of minutes from December 23rd, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held December 23rd, 2024.
I'll second that motion.
There's a motion and a second that we approve the minutes from the meeting held December 23rd. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Purchase orders.
Before you, there's a list of 6 purchase orders. The first is to Ferguson. This is brass material for stock and parts we needed to finish a Pear Street service for $7,663.46. The second is to Ferguson, 8-inch mega lugs and fittings for stock for $3,340. The next one is to Flanagan, tires for truck 18 for $727.20. The next is to Midwest Meter. This is 1.5 meters and 3-inch strainers for stock for $2,540.46. The next is to Westside Tractor Sales, 2 new diaphragm pumps. These are the pumps that we use oftentimes during main breaks. The ones we have are very old and we're having some trouble with them operating, so we decided we needed to get these, especially this time of year. We've already needed them, so. But we haven't purchased them yet for $5,540. And then the last is to Beecher for printing window and return envelopes for billing for $14,417.04.
I'll make a motion to accept the list of purchase orders dated 1/14/2025 in the amount of $34,228.16.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second that we accept the list of purchase orders dated January 14th, 2025. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Claims.
Motion to accept the list of claims dated January 14, 2025.
I'll second it.
Motion and second that we approve the claims dated January 14th, 2025. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. bad debt list.
Need a motion?
I'll make,
I'll make
Yeah.
a motion that we approve the bad debt list as presented January 14, 2025
For
For
bookkeeping.
bookkeeping purposes.
for bookkeeping purposes
only.
only.
I'll second that.
Motion second that we approve the claim, the bad debt list dated January 14th for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yeah, we have a stuffer from the refuge department.
Yes, this has been through the mayor's office, and so this is basically they're requesting to allow this to be included with our bills. Though, of course, they will be, the refuse department will be printing them, and as soon as we tell them it's okay to go, we should be getting them and start putting them in as soon as they arrive from the printers.
do they get one? How often do they get one of these?
Well, the customer, they'll get one in the bill.
Oh, okay.
And the folks that are paperless, there'll be a link for it
Okay.
on the email that they get for their bill.
Good, okay. That's already in effect, right?
Yes, this is in effect, yes.
Because my son, he put a refrigerator out there. And I said, I think you're gonna have to pay $25, Ben. But anyway, someone took it the next day.
Well, sometimes,
It was a nasty old green one from the 60s.
and then maybe been picked up by scrappers too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Well, it's a goner.
Well,
So basically, I just need approval from the board to allow this stuffer.
okay. Motion to approve the request from the refuse department for this bill stuffer.
I'll second the motion.
Motion is second that we approve the bill stuffer from the refuse department. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Old business.
Under old business, there's a packet here called Professional Services Agreement Amendment 1. This is for the Highway 20 annexation area. We had an agreement with Haas and Associates to get through the bidding process for the materials. That contract, the scope of work ended once the bids were reviewed and they gave recommendation for approval. We've since had some other paperwork that needs to be handled. And as of the first of the year, Haas and Associates had some new rates for the hourly. And so this is work that's going to be done on an hourly basis as needed.
Okay.
Because we're not, there's not a lot, but they need to have a mechanism in place to be paid. So we will modify the purchase order to include this amendment. But I'd like the board to approve this agreement so that I can have them take care of some of that paperwork that needs to be taken care of as we get closer to actual construction work.
And I'm assuming the attorney has seen this and,
Usually I don't put these through the attorneys or not this kind of agreement.
okay.
If it was something, like for example, we had that ARPA agreement with the city, I had him take a quick look at that. But then what this is this is just basically a quote.
With adjusted rates, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got their current hourly rates for
Okay.
work. Like I said, we don't know how much there is, but it's not gonna be a lot, but we needed to have this mechanism in place.
Okay. I'm good with it. Yeah.
So we need a motion to approve the professional services agreement amendment number 1 with Haas and Associates.
That's correct.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional service agreement with Haas and Associates.
amendment number 1.
Amendment number 1. Second.
There's a motion and second that we approve the professional services agreement amendment number 1 with Haas and Associates. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other old business?
Not at this time.
New business?
Under new business, I was made aware by our accountant, Chris Wolf, that we have 2 secured certificates of deposit currently. They are worth $300,000 each. They are reaching maturity on the 15th. So he contacted a couple of places to get some pricing, and we have an opportunity for a 9-month certificate deposit at 4.1% interest, or a 12-month secure certificate of deposit at 3.9% interest. So I would like to recommend that we continue doing these certificates of deposit. It's additional revenue, but the money is still available if we had to have it. But this is money that we're just kind of sitting in a bank account right now and not gaining anything on. This allows us to get some interest income off of it. My recommendation is the 9-month at 4.1%.
Who's that with?
I'm not sure. Chris, Chris took care of it. I asked him who it was with. I'm sorry.
So we need a motion to approve that.
I was wondering if it was like with the same facility and they're just offering, you know what I mean, like wherever
The
it's
2 different
at.
amounts are with the same.
Right, and I'm assuming it may be the same facility that's got them now.
I believe so, yeah.
Maybe like just roll it over, or
That's
whatever he's saying.
basically what he was
Okay.
looking at doing.
Yeah.
And what were they before? What was the length of the,
I think the last time we had them, they might have been 6 months. I mean, we're trying to get as much interest off of them as we can. It doesn't add a lot of work to get them, so we try for whatever gets us the most interest, whatever the best deal is that they offer. It's better than the saving, because they currently, the money, it's normally just sit in like a savings account, and those don't pay much interest.
And 4.1% for 9 months is better than
that's better, yeah,
9,
yeah.
12.
For 12 months?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need a motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the,
Purchases.
the purchase of the, certificates at the 9-month rate.
Second.
Motion second, we approve the purchase of the 99-month CD at 4.1%. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any other new business?
That was it.
Could you expound a little bit on the fluoride situation that's going on across the nation?
Oh, the current, current political climate that's involved, fluoride. Obviously, back in the 1950s, when they started putting fluoride in the water, it was to help reduce cavities. They found in multiple studies that it was beneficial to the community. Obviously, things have changed over the years. Back then, toothpaste weren't fluoridated, mouthwashes weren't fluoridated, dental services were different than they are today. So right now, there's a strong push in some areas against the use of the addition of fluoride. Basically, at this point, we're just as far as I'm concerned, is for the department, we feed the minimum amount that is recommended by the Indiana State Department of Health. They are the ones that actually kind of steer that program, the fluoridation program. and just kind of waiting to see what will happen with regard to the political nature of things. If there is a decision from the federal government that we're not going to feed that anymore, then we'll stop feeding it. But right now, I'm just kind of waiting until there's some direction on it.
You know about how much it's costing us?
I was wondering that too.
I'm really not sure off the top of my head. I'd have to take a look. It's not very expensive.
Right.
We don't spend a lot of money on the chemical maintenance of equipment. It doesn't have a lot of expense as well. I will say that in the bulk quantities and the large volumes that we hold within our facility, that can create some issues because it is a very what we use is called hydrofluorosilicic acid, which is a really it has a pretty low pH, but we feed so little of it, it doesn't significantly change the pH of the water. But it does, as a because it's a relatively strong acid, it does have if it's exposed to air, it will off gas, and that will cause some mechanical issues, etching, that kind of thing. So we do have it contained and sealed as well as we can. But it's just, we work with other other chemicals that in the facility and the volume that we have, they would be considered hazardous. But the amounts that we feed are at appropriate levels to meet the requirements of, for example, disinfection or corrosion control, those kinds of things. They're very low dosages that we feed on a lot of those things. There are requirements and restrictions that come from the federal government and from the state, and we always work to meet or exceed those requirements. So.
All right, thank you. Any other new business?
So that was under new business.
I put it there.
I just want to make note so that it gets documented in the minutes.
Public comment. Andy, you have anything for us? No? All right, director's comments? All right, let's start off to good new year.
Yep. Again, Happy New Year, everyone.
Second,
All right, someone like to move to adjourn?
he did, Davis did, sorry.
We're adjourned.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
There you go.